Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of On Location with R and G. As always, I am the G, Gabby. Today is a kind of chilly day in Edmonton here, but we're going to bring the heat. So today, I am joined by none other than Jessica, the awesome owner of Oxygen Yoga and Fitness right here in Windermere Way. Jessica, how's it going today?
Good.
You excited?
Yeah.
So my question to you, Jessica, is can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your personal yoga journey?
Well, I've been in fitness, doing fitness. It's been a passion of mine for quite some time.
Okay.
I probably started getting into strength training around the age of 16, 17. And then in my 20s, I found yoga. I wasn't huge into yoga though until I joined Oxygen Yoga as a member.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, my journey to here kind of just happened. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What can you tell the folks at home and me personally about hot yoga? What are the benefits that come with it?
Well, here at Oxygen, it's a little different. So
Okay.
the rooms are either warm or hot.
Oh.
So they're either 32 degrees or 36 degrees.
Oh, wow.
But all of our classes are done under infrared lights.
Ah.
So it's a little different than just being in a room pumping in hot air. Your body heats up quite differently being under the infrared. So you're getting all the health benefits as well from the infrared, right? So it's great for your cardiovascular health, your skin. You burn double the calories, which is always nice.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, it's a great feature that we offer in our hot yoga and
Perfect.
fitness.
So I must imagine you said 36 degrees. So I guess one of the expectations you can have attending classes, you're going to sweat.
Oh, you're going to sweat.
Yeah,
and because of the infrared, your body heats from the inside out, so you sweat even more than you regularly would with just a hot room.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And all of these you said have kind of health benefits for I hear all the time that it's your body's natural way of kind of expelling stress and many things.
It's a stress relief. Like I said, it's great for your cardiovascular health. It helps remove toxins and minerals from your body. So when we tell our members when you are sweating to make sure to wipe that sweat off because you don't want to reabsorb the toxins that you're detoxing while you're in there. Also helps with your joint pain, muscle pain. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
So
it's got a lot of things.
if I were a new member ready to kind of join, take the first steps, but I was a little apprehensive about joining, if you could wave a magic wand and dispel one thing, what's one thing you would say don't worry about this?
The heat. Your body will adjust to it. Usually I tell if it's a new member coming into the studio, every night we offer a candlelit deep stretch and relaxation class.
Oh.
And I usually tell people to start with that class because your body, it's very restorative yoga, so you're not really getting up, you're not jumping around, anything like that. So your body has the time to adjust to the heat, and it's going to feel what it's going to be like when you're in there for other classes. So it's
perfect.
usually my go-to on that one.
Wonderful. No, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And then do you accept folks for are there specific class ranges? Is it for more advanced, for more beginner? What are
We try to keep every class open to all groups. Our instructors, they're great. They'll give you modifications. So they'll always start with the easiest part, and then they'll give you different modifications if you want to make it harder.
Wonderful. And do those apply also to modifications for injuries or kind of limitations?
Oh, of course. Our members usually, if they're coming in with some sort of injury, they will go speak with the instructor, let them know what's going on. Usually the instructor can give them something else to try, or just tell them maybe just do your own thing when we are doing, usually knee injuries is the big one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they'll tell them, no jumping, no doing the deep lunges, that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have to ask, because I know that this is a huge faux pas and kind of question thing in the weightlifting community. Nobody seems to love rest days. Is that something can I come in Monday to Sunday?
Oh, 100%.
For yoga? Yeah, 100%. And there's
100%.
no kind
I
of
would say the rest day would be the day that you come in and you do a deep stretch.
Okay.
And take that moment to let your muscles relax and to stretch them out if you are doing heavy weights or deep strength training, stuff like that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I have to ask you, What was it like to kind of like begin your journey and then kind of become like an owner of Oxygen?
That was a whirlwind.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was funny because I was actually never a fan of hot yoga before I started, and my girlfriend convinced me to come to a deep stretch class. And I walked in the room. I remember walking in the room and being like, "Oh my God, this is hot yoga! Like, what did you bring me to?" Yeah. And I lasted the 60 minutes in the room. And after the class, I was like, "Oh, that actually wasn't so bad." And then so I started attending more classes, and then I pretty much got addicted to it. And I was going all the time, and I just enjoyed it so much that I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll become an instructor. Like I'll go get my yoga certification. So I started down that road, and then it kind of turned into, well, I wonder what it would take for me to own a location. So then I got a hold of Carrie Coble, who is our Alberta franchiser, and we started chatting, and within a few months, I found myself signing papers to open a location in the West End of Edmonton. And that ended up taking a while to find a location. So we just finally started construction on it, and it's been 2 years. So within that 2 years of finding that location, Windermere became available. And she was like, well, I know you've spoke about having possible multiple locations. So would you be interested in taking over Windermere? And I felt like it was just kind of, it was meant to be.
Then you're like,
so
this is for me.
Right, and which I'm really happy about, because now I know what I enjoy about this location and what I want to carry on to the West End location. So yeah, it's been kind of a whirlwind. It's been a crazy, like if you would ask me 3 years ago that I would own 2 locations and be doing this, I would have said you're crazy. Like no way, no.
But like here we are.
But here we are, so.
I have to ask, for anyone kind of looking to begin like owning their own kind of yoga studio, what are some lessons and takeaways that you've kind of learned?
Be prepared to give it your all. Like, you're patient. Like, you need patience. You need to be dedicated. You need to be able to put the time in really to make it your own. But it's always nice to find great staff too. Like, I don't know what I would do without Marcy. I love her.
Just behind the camera here, yeah.
Like she's my go-to. She really helps. She helps keep my head on. But yeah, no, just dedication, patience, and just trust the process.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
So I looked on the site as we were doing some research here at RNG. I saw that you have, is it over 16 classes?
Yes.
Yes. Pop quiz. No, I'm just kidding.
We do, like most days, like we have classes, we run Monday to Friday classes at 6 a.m. And then our next class starts at 9:15 Monday to Friday. And then they pretty much run throughout the day with a little bit of a lunch break in there for a couple hours. But yeah, we're running classes right until 9:15 p.m.
Oh, wow.
And they're all different classes.
So would you say that you have seen more added benefits of kind of like that early bird, like get in there first, or is it more nighttime, or is it?
I prefer morning, not 6 a.m. That's just crazy. I give props to all my 6 a.m. members. I could not do it. But yes, I enjoy early workout, get it in, get it done, and then be done for the day. And then usually if I'm sore, I'll come back to an 8 p.m. Deep stretch. But yeah, I'm a get it done.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, but then some people, they enjoy doing it in the evenings. It's their, maybe they've had a bad day at work. They want to come in. They want to, not think about it and, and just get in their own mind space, doing the yoga or fitness, whatever their jam is. So.
Oh, perfect. And I have to say, like, once I walked into the shop, the I love my life kind of model, like, seems to be everywhere. Can you tell us kind of like the mentality that goes into like?
Well, we're very positive here, like we put out a mantra every week, and this is kind of like our mantra of all time, is I love my life. We end our classes with it. We just want everybody to really, when you come in, to really feel, like, be proud of yourself, thank yourself, because it is sometimes hard, and it's a lot to take the time to, and give yourself the time to come in and do a class. So being able to just, say that to yourself, I think it changes people,
Yeah,
it's saying, you say it enough, and it's hopefully they do start loving their life, or if they haven't already, But it's just kind of it's our mantra.
So it's more than just like the kind of physical here. It's also like the mental facet comes
100%.
heavy into it.
100%.
Perfect. If you had somebody who is kind of like struggling, and they're like so unsure, and they're like, I don't know if I want to do this or try it out. Like, what are some things you would say to kind of like encourage them to kind of like come in and just be like, give it a shot? That's right. Yes. Questions get harder.
Just give it a try. You know, like do something for yourself. You know, you're never going to know until you do it. Okay. So if you're unsure, you know, like, well, that might be what's stopping you from getting those goals that you want to achieve, right? And if you don't, you know, step that first foot in through the door, you're never going to achieve that goal, right? So just just do it.
Yeah, make it happen.
Make it happen.
No, that's perfect. Yeah. No, it's I have to say, like, even like the energy once I came in here, like, first of all, the heat emanating from the room, my God. Like, I just like walked in and I was like, I think I know where the room is. It's where the kind of heat is at.
I turned the air conditioning on for you.
Beautiful, yeah. I was like, I thought I'd wear a sweater today to this, So, but I have to say, like, the energy is like fantastic. I come in and it's like such a very like warm and welcoming environment. Would you say that, like, what's kind of like one takeaway you'd like to like every member to have as they kind of leave as an owner?
Is that, you know, like, we have so many members tell us how much they enjoy coming here. And like, really, like, our members, we're all like one big family here. So we have a vibe, and it's a very welcoming vibe, you know, like, we want everybody to feel like they belong here. And that's something that I'm really thankful that we've been able to achieve. Because it is something that people constantly say. They love the vibe. They love how they feel when they come in. They love how they feel when they leave, and they can't wait to come back, you know? So it is that welcoming vibe. I don't want anybody to come in here and feel like they don't belong, because that's not what we want.
Okay. No, so that atmosphere of kind of like acceptance is very huge to you and important to you. Of course. Now, I have to ask this question. How have you kind of tailored the classes? Because oftentimes when I've interviewed other kind of instructors, everything, they're saying that like primarily the audience that attends yoga happens to be women. So how have you tailored any classes to try to pull in kind of a more male audience? Or are you
we have a lot of male members. Like, I would say it's probably about 50-50.
Oh, wow.
We've tons of male that come in for the yoga and the fitness. Especially our deep stretch classes, because a lot of males they go to the gym and they lift heavy, and they need to be able to help with that strain that they put on their bodies. So I mean, our deep stretch classes are usually waitlisted every night, and I would say, you know, at least 50% of them are male.
No, that's amazing to see. Perfect.
And I think now, like, too, like, people, especially males, are starting to see that yoga isn't just for women, you know. So I think they're a lot more open-minded to trying it.
The idea of it. No, that's fantastic to hear, because I always have to think like, before anything, if you're doing things right, you know, the stretch and the warm up has to come first and foremost. So in my mind, I'm like, this would be an amazing. Like you said, like you start like 6 a.m., but nobody's gonna be like, you know, 6 a.m. is kind of crazy. But like you start at 6 a.m., so someone can come in here, get that perfect stretch, get warmed up, and like of course because of the heat, actually get warmed up. And then go on to do the rest of their day if they're like weightlifting, be it what it may. So that's an amazing thing to see. Boy, I would be remiss if I didn't ask questions about the merch, because the merch looks amazing.
I love our merch.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. How is the merch kind of like made here locally? How do you?
Yes, we do have a local provider that makes all of our merch for us. They're fantastic. I actually have to put in a new order here soon, because it is getting a little. We're running out of some stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But they're local. We love them, and they're fantastic.
And what's it kind of been like to be right here in the Windermere community and kind of be providing the services here? Has the community feedback been awesome to you throughout the years?
Yeah, I would think that they love us. I mean, like I said, our classes are waitlisted almost every night, and a lot of people are from this area, or they're coming from the West End. So
perfect.
Yeah.
We have a question here from Rekha. Oh, how important?
It is actually.
Yeah. So I'm just going to ask the question for the folks that didn't get to see the visual. It's how important is it for you to keep things local here at Oxygen?
It's very important for me. Edmonton, just in general, I love the local community in Edmonton. I love how much people support each other in Edmonton and local businesses, especially small businesses. So it's very important for me. Pretty much anything that I want to bring into the studio, I like to keep local.
Oh, wonderful. That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, I mean, I'd rather support the small businesses that are supporting my small business,
Yes.
you know? So,
No, and of course, like that goes double for us. When we began kind of season 1, it was just like at the cusp of that bizarre period of like post-pandemic. So we were like very much trying to visit local businesses, and they were consistently like, I want to support more local, because during that entire phase, like you had to have each other's backs. You had to
100%.
be there for one another. Otherwise, it was like you were facing the doom and gloom of like, how do you pivot? How do you change?
Yeah.
So then I have to ask you, what's kind of one challenge that you may have like overcome as a business owner? What's something if you like learned, you're like, oh my gosh, this has helped me?
well, so I took over Windermere a year and a half ago.
Okay.
When I took over the company, they weren't, because of COVID, they weren't doing so well.
Ah.
So that was definitely, I had to put in a lot of time to really build the business back up, get the community back into coming to see us. And I mean, that was hard in the beginning. It was hard to, like make sure that we were pulling the numbers in and, trying to build the business back up. So I would say that was probably one of the hardest things to overcome, but we did it, and now we're in top 5 in Canada. So,
oh, wow. No,
like,
kudos.
so
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must say that, like, when I first looked up, I was like, oh, yeah, look up Oxygen. And, like, I thought it would just pop up with, like, Edmonton locations.
Yeah.
But, my God, it, like, popped up with so many locations. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I better check which one I'm, like,
Yeah,
looking
we
at.
have
Like,
100 locations.
100, wow.
100 locations throughout the country. And, it was October, I made top 5 for sales in October.
Fantastic.
So every month they'll go through and they'll check all their locations and kind of, let everybody know where they sit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, there's quite a few of us.
Oh, my
So,
gosh.
yeah.
So is the dream to kind of have, because you said you had this location in the West End, are you aiming to do, like, 5? Is 5 crazy? Like, what's the,
I don't know.
the
We'll
regional-
see. I just want to get this one open first,
Okay.
the West End,
Yeah.
because it's been a process getting that done.
Okay.
So, but I mean, yeah, I'm not going to say no
Oh,
to not
more
having more
opportunities.
locations.
You heard it here
but-
first. No, no, fantastic.
But yeah.
And so for West Ed, what is the kind of expected ETA for that kind of?
So the West End, we're hoping to have our grand opening after the July long weekend.
Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
coming up real soon
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Okay,
we should
amazing.
hopefully be done construction end of June, and then we got to get in there and get everything, all prettied up, and then we're gonna have a big grand opening, and then we'll have something that we call Karma Week, where we'll have a week of classes that'll be free for everybody,
Oh, awesome.
just to come in, try them out, check out the studio,
Perfect.
and then
And is that exclusive just to that location or both?
for the Karma Week,
Yeah.
it'll be just that location. Yeah,
Perfect. What kind of events do you have kind of coming up? I want to say, just for the safety of this, shoot for like later in May, just because of the stream and when this comes out.
Yeah.
So what kind of events do you have coming up for May?
Well, we do have a workshop. We do workshops, which have been fantastic. We have a workshop in May by two of our lovely instructors, Laura and Star, and they're putting on a sound bath Thai yoga massage.
Ooh.
So you'll come in for the sound bath, which Star will be doing, and she's fantastic at it. And then Laura will be going, and each person will get a chance to come and try one of her Thai massages while listening to the sound bath.
Oh my gosh. That
Yeah,
sounds like quite an experience, yeah.
this will be the second time she's done it, and it sells out right away because it's top notch.
So get in right now is what you're saying?
I don't even think there's room left.
Oh, wow,
I
it's
think
already gone.
sold out,
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, too bad, so sad. Maybe
But
next
we do
time.
put on workshops every month.
Okay.
We have something going on every month. So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
And then I saw that you also have retreats, is it?
Yeah, we'll have, our instructors will put on retreats, and I like to help support them, right? So we'll put up stuff on our bulletin board, different retreats that they put on that people have the opportunity to go and attend if they want.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I know Carrie's just off in the corner here, but I had some questions I would love to ask you, Carrie, if that's
pop
okay.
in?
Yes, please. Come on in. I'm just going to do this very like speaker style, so apologies if you hear that click. Perfect. Everyone, this is Carrie. Carrie is the franchise owner?
Franchiser.
Yeah,
of the-
franchiser for Alberta.
Beautiful, Carrie. And how did you kind of join Oxygen?
Oxygen, I was in Vancouver for something unrelated,
Okay.
and I walked by the Yellowtown location, saw a flyer, and thought immediately, Alberta needs this. And I ended up getting a location and the franchiser rights before I ever even took a class.
Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
so you
I believed.
so you can say that you're the one that made it happen for Alberta.
I did start the ball rolling in Alberta, yeah, but the success has just been so much because of our community and the members and the franchise owners and everybody working together.
Amazing. So I then have to ask, because I wanted to originally ask this of Jessica, but she said, nah, Carrie will know all this. How did Oxygen kind of first begin?
It began,
Yeah.
yes, it's very extra. It began in Maple Ridge.
Okay.
And it was just one studio, and our CEO, Jen Hamilton, concepted the idea of fusion, where we mix yoga and fitness with infrared, which is our specialty systems, and our soft floors, and combined it all, and it was a hit. It was like a nightclub. People were lined up outside the door. And then the members said, hey, we want to own one of these too. And then next thing you know, we've got 100 locations across the country, and now we're growing into the United States, New Zealand.
Oh.
Yeah, going global.
No, that's fantastic. I have to ask because I saw it on the site, and you don't have to tell me if it's like the Colonel's secret recipe, but what kind of goes into the kind of FAR infrared, and how, like, I love the idea, and hearing it from Jessica, that like you don't just kind of like pump hot air or make the air kind of dry. You're kind of like, in a sense, cooking from the inside, if that's safe to say.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say cooking.
But heating up from the inside. Sorry.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
So the far infrared rays, they're the same rays that the sunlight emits, but they're not UVA or UVB, so you can be under them for hours and they're safe. And they penetrate the skin and they start to heat up the cell. And as the cell heats up, then it starts to spurt out all of the toxins that the body is holding. And it's anti-inflammatory, anti-aging, antiviral, antifungal, helps with back pain, clears the skin. I mean, we have constant members coming up saying, I've never slept better, my rosacea has cleared up, I mean, my back, my joints don't hurt anymore. It's endless, No. And it's red light therapy. And there's a lot of businesses that just do red light therapy, but here you get your red light therapy while you exercise.
So I saw online that like you have actually managed to hit, like, I think the number here, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like with adding this on there, the calories kind of burn. Like you've hit almost like, it said 600 plus. Is that like?
Yeah, and of course it's different for every person, right? But we get a lot of members who track their calories, and they send us pictures of their iPhones or their Apple Watches or whatever, and they're like 500 calories, 600 calories, 400
But then you
calories.
pretty much double that because you're burning twice the amount of calories. So.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's.
Yeah, you're always going to burn more calories in the heat. Yeah.
That's so impressive. And is the technology strictly an oxygen-only kind of experience, or?
No. Sorry, I shouldn't.
Okay, no worries. Okay.
Do you want to re-ask that?
Yes,
Editing?
I'll give it one more for editing. Is the technology kind of more something limited to like oxygen, so exclusive to you folks?
The way we do it is exclusive, yes. Yeah, I mean, infrared technology has been around forever. Many people have infrared saunas in their home, or they, go to infrared saunas at spas or the gym. But the way we've concepted it into the ceiling with the classes, no one does it like we do. There is no sweat like an oxygen sweat, everybody.
Yeah,
You don't know. You don't know until you know.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a guarantee. I won't say that's a guarantee. Yeah. So then I have to ask, Carrie, how did your kind of yoga journey begin? Into like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was actually a professional dancer. I used to choreograph and teach dance.
Oh.
And that got a little too much on the body. You can't do that forever, which led me to yoga for healing and recovery and all of that. And then I just had the bug to teach because I was used to doing that. And I actually got my yoga certification after I had bought the franchise.
Oh.
Yeah, I had done fitness up until then. But I knew that I wanted to transition into yoga.
So, franchise-wise, I know that there is a new West End location opening up. Are there any other franchises you can tell us about coming in the works without like us getting in trouble? That's right. I'm trying to get like some exclusives here.
There's a few in the cooker.
Okay.
Yeah, one for Calgary, few in the cooker for Edmonton, but nothing's done until it's done.
Okay.
And of course, once it is, then I will announce it. But there's still room for lots of growth in Edmonton. Same thing with Calgary, and lots of areas in Alberta. So if anyone's interested in owning their own business and changing a lot of lives and making a lot of people happy, we're the business for you.
So then I have to follow up with like, what are some things you've seen as you've kind of opened up more locations, like with just and everyone like as soon as they kind of start to own their own oxygen yoga location.
Well, that's my favorite part, right? And is creating the space or the sanctuary, not only for the members and the community to have a spot where they can literally change their lives, but for franchise owners, right, who often just want to have a business, want to build something for their families, right, want to contribute and give back. So it's the perfect marriage of being able to own a business. We're a Canadian-based company, and even though we're a franchise, each location is individually operated by local Canadian business owners, right? Oh, wow. So it's still a family business in that sense, and that when people are coming to our studios, they're supporting local families and business owners. And then, and everybody wins.
That's fantastic. Always love to hear it. Is there kind of, I don't want to say, what are kind of the challenges of maintaining, because you say franchise, so like, of course, everything has to be, there's a certain standard for how things operate. How has that, like, have you been able to do so, like, with ease? Does everyone kind of embrace it? What are some values and, like, kind of themes that you love to see throughout every franchise or every location you open?
Well, we've got some really unique classes, classes like, Fire Flow and Fast and Furious and 2020 and Freedom Flow, and really cool classes that make us unique, which is great.
Perfect. No.
Re-ask the question. I didn't totally answer it.
No. That's all good. No, I was gonna say like, what are some things that you love to see as a franchise owner? Yeah. Perfect. All right, we'll do a take 2 of that and go.
So one of the biggest parts of our culture and our brand is our mantra, and it's called "I Love My Life." And this is something that really resonates with the members. They're always throwing up hearts. We're always yelling it out. And it means loving ourselves, loving where we are, being grateful. We live very much in a I'll be happy when society, right?
Yes, sure.
I'll be happy when I lose the weight. I'll be happy when I gain the weight. I'll be happy when I have the money, when I pay off the debt, whatever it is. And so we really try to talk about, no matter where you are, you're exactly where you need to be, and to love your life, love your body, love your journey, be grateful, be kind to yourself, to others. And I think that's one of the biggest things that people really love about our brand.
That's fantastic. It's amazing to me how before you were here, I asked that question to Jessica, and the answer is like almost exactly similar. And because I saw the like it's everywhere. Yeah. Like when you folks come in, it's at the top of the shop when you come in, right inside. Like, so I had to ask what that meant, and her answer was, just yes, exactly. Yeah. Perfectly in line. I was wondering if Rekha had any questions for us. Otherwise, shoot.
Just the off-camera voice of Rekha here.
Yeah.
I was curious to see what kind of walks of life do your clients come from, and I guess like how often do they become repeat customers? I feel like the energy here, people just become family and they stay here for life.
100%. They do. Yeah. Right off the bat.
And you guys got to come when we're rocking, like when we're open, right? We definitely have all walks of life. We're not your typical yoga studio.
No,
I mean, it says that on our website, and we have this really beautiful marriage of, a traditional practice with really cutting edge, trendy fusion. We have the lights in the room, and you guys will get a little sample of the kind of classes we teach, and it's just a vibe. Yeah. Like there's no vibe like an oxygen vibe. No. And because we have a wide spectrum of classes, we get all ages, all shapes and sizes. It's all very welcoming. Yeah. Non-judgment zone. Yeah. Classes for people who are starting, classes for people who are experienced, and everything in between.
Yeah. Wonderful. These are great answered questions. I have no further questions to ask. This has been like I'm trying to like pull any questions to ask, and I'm like, no, this is just fantastic. All I can say, folks, is like the energy is just. I've said it once. I'll say it again and again. It's just very welcoming. As soon as I kind of came in, it was very warm, and I immediately felt that. Not just because the room's hot, but like, it's just like it was very warm. It's very welcoming, very inviting. Everyone here has been fantastic to kind of chat to and talk to. And I am now curious, and I'm sure as you are, to like come by and see a class
Yes,
if possible.
that was going to be my next question. When are you two coming?
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. Rekha says she wants to do it right now. Yeah, so
Okay.
like, if you're ready, hey, I am in Jesus sweat, so I don't know about that. But maybe we'll have Rekha take a class here, or even showcase some things. But for sure, we're going to be showcasing a class today and kind of what to expect. So we'll do that right after this little break here.